Welcome back. It's time for part 3 of the butterfly effect. A cow hosted by us at SistersInStitch and also Yarn and Colours 2019. Amazing stuff. So I hope you enjoyed doing your second part and you're ready for this. We're going to start off with a new colour. This is colour G. In my case, that's teak. Okay, so get your yarn ready, get your hook ready, and let's get going. Okay, here we go. Let's get started with round 25. As I mentioned, we're introducing this new colour, teak for me, and we're going to be working these cocoons. You can see how they turn out. So actually, the only thing that's a bit tricky, and it's not even that tricky, are the cocoons. Other than that, it's just chain spaces and attaching in the corners and in the middle. Same thing in the pattern now. Not a lot of like skip this, that, the other stitch, because we're just crocheting in these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts really. I've done 2 sides, so you know what you're about to do. Just like I've mentioned before, I'm gonna chain those. It's a 12 chain, so I'm gonna chain these 12s, and then we're gonna start in our corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, and when it comes to these chains, don't do them too tightly. This round is going to feel tight anyways. It will sort itself out. It does stretch and pull a bit, so don't worry about it. Just don't do it too tight, because obviously then it won't be a blanket anymore. Let's get started with the corner. Simple enough. We're doing a double crochet, 2 trebles, so 1, and then 2 trebles, so 1, 2, like that. After that, we are chaining 3 this time. 1, 2, 3, and then 2 more trebles. 2 and 3, and then 1, 2, 3. And finally a double. Okay, now that's that corner made. When we've done that corner, we're doing 12 chain and also getting knots in our yarn. There we go. We're doing chain 12, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Okay, now this is where it gets interesting, because now we're going to be going around this cocoon. Both of them, you're going to be going down your left side and up your right side, and then continuing. Okay, so the first thing we do is locate that chain spot on top of it and do a single crochet in there. Single crochet. In the next 7 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The last one should be the one that goes around that second cluster on that side. We're doing 7 in total, single crochets, but in the back loop. Okay, so you can obviously do it just in the back loop. I always include the 3rd loop on the back to make it a little bit, instead of just 1, it goes 2 through 2, to make it a little bit more sturdy and secure, really, so you don't pull out too much yarn. So 1, 2, 3, go into that back loop there. I hope you guys enjoyed part 1 and part 2. Well, if you're back and listening to this, obviously you must have, because why would you be back otherwise, except for this lovely company I'm offering. Let's see, that's 7 stitches. Okay, so it's going to look like that. Okay, after we've done that, we're going to be climbing down, just like we did with this when we were climbing up. I'm so sorry for being winded. This baby's taking up so much room in my body that there's not a lot of room to breathe. We're going to be crocheting just like we did in this part here when we used the right double crochet of that cluster. We're going to be doing the same in this cluster here and in that cluster, and then we're going to be crocheting in the chain space too, but we're using half of the cluster, so the left DC of that cluster. Okay, so again, it might be easier to turn your work a little bit because you're going down. Again, we're doing not the normal way you crochet really. In this space, let's have a look. We're doing 4 double crochets in that left DC of that lower cluster from round 22. Okay, you managed to get your hook through that, and we were doing 4 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. After that, we're jumping down to the cluster from round 20, and it's the same thing that we're doing there in that left DC of that cluster. Okay, so we're doing 4 double crochets there as well. So yarn over and get your hook in, and then do 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so we've done that. Okay, so we're going down, and now yarning over again. We're doing 2 double crochets in this chain space here from round 90, so that will be your color B. Going in there just like we did when we were doing the cocoon from the beginning, that we worked in that chain space too. And that is actually that left side down. It is left side down, but it's the left side done, okay, which is what I was after. It will look something like this, okay? You see what's going on? Go a bit closer, okay? So you've done these single crochets in the back loop, and then double crochets all the way down here. So going into that and into that cluster, and then around that chain space. Same chain space as we have these ones in that we did when we started the cocoon, okay? Now, again, it might be easier to turn your work a little bit. And I just twisted everything. Because now we're going up. So we've already done the left side. So now we're gonna go up, okay? Now locate those 2 double crochets that we started the cocoon off with, that we were doing in that other chain space. And you will be going into that first one and doing a single crochet, okay? So after we've done that single crochet, we're actually doing 1 more single crochet, and then we have a repeat, a 5 repeat in brackets, where we're doing a picot 2A, picot 2B, sorry, and then single crochet in the next 2 stitches. So starting off with a picot 2B, which is you chaining 2 and going through the 2 little legs at the front, like that, and then you're doing 2 more stitches, 2 single crochets, and then another picot, okay? So you're doing this in total of 5 times. So by making these 2, I've done like that. That's my 2 repeats. So see what's happening here, okay? So let's do 5 of them in total. So another repeat, and then let's do another one. 1, 2. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're doing 1 more repeat. Like that. 1, 2. And then we look at our pattern again. and we see that we're doing another 2A. I'm sorry, I've snowed in on the 2A thing. A picot 2B. Come on, K. After that, we're doing a single crochet in the next stitch. And now, if we look at our work, we're coming up and we're actually doing a single crochet in that same single crochet that we did up here, okay? So the first one that got us to the cocoon. So go into that one and first make a single crochet like that. And after that, we're actually doing a front post single crochet around this whole stitch, just because we're tightening it up a bit, and I'll show you what happens. So you go around, so underneath that chain, grab your yarn and basically do another single crochet. What happens is it just pulls it up a little bit and makes it like it's actually hanging rather than the chain going in, so it's like it's hanging, okay? So well done, that was your first cocoon done. So when you've done that, whoops, yarn situation here. Like always, we're getting used to that, aren't we? We're chaining 12. Okay, so let's chain 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whoopsie doopsie. 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. And after that, we're just going on the top bit here. Nothing complicated, just single crochet, chain 2, and then single crochet, okay? 1, 2. And again, chain 12. And let's get ready for our next cocoon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, again, locate that chain space and do single crochet in that. Now, when we go down this, it's going to be mirrored, like it's not going to be mirrored really, because we are going to be doing the same type of shape like we have with this, okay? So we're not going to be doing exactly what we're doing, so we need to pay some attention. All right, so we're going to start off with the picots rather than finishing with them. Okay, so single crochet in the next 2 stitches. 1, 2, and then we're doing a picot 2B. We're doing that little tiny repeat 3 times, so that's once. Then we do 2 more, and then another picot. So that's 2 repeats done, and then 1, 2, and a picot. Then we finish that off after that little repeat with a single crochet in the next stitch, and that should be you done all the way here, okay? Again, we're doing the same journey. We're going down into this cluster, that cluster, into the chain space, and then going whoops, up again. So we're doing the same journey, just like we did with the other one, but just with different stitches. So turning our work a little bit, because it gets easier. And we're starting off with quite a few double crochets in this one. So first do 1 double crochet in that left bit of that cluster. Now do a picot 2B. This whole round is only 2 picot 2Bs, and then we're doing 2 more double crochets. 1 and 2, and then another picot. And finishing that with 1 last double crochet. Okay, so that's that cluster done. So a little bit different. Now we're jumping down to the next cluster, which is from round 20, and in that one again we're starting off with double crochet like that, doing a picot, 2B, and then 3 more double crochets in the same stitch. Okay, 1, around the same stitch, 1, 2, 3. Okay, next we're going down to the chain space from round 19, and that's where we're doing 3, I think, half double crochets. Okay, so 1. I'm so annoyed getting stuck in my yarn. And 2 and 3. So we have now done that journey all the way down there, and now we're going to go up the other side. Okay, so now I'm going to go the logical way and turn my work this way around. Okay, again we're locating that same place. There's 2 double crochets placed in that chain, so go into the first one right there, and I think we're doing a single crochet, which we are, and then after that we're doing 5 more single crochets, so 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now you should be left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 stitches, and you're doing single crochets but back loop with those 7. Okay, so 7 single crochets in the back loop, catch 2 strands if you can. I think it just makes it look nice, but then again it's always down to personal preference. What do you prefer? Like that. Okay, and actually, just like we did with the first cocoon, when we finished that, you do a single crochet in the single crochet you started off the cocoon with. Oh, I was actually in. Okay, do that, and then we're doing a front post, so going behind your work and grabbing your yarn and just doing a single crochet to get you a little bit up the top. Okay, so that's what it looks like. And now crocheting 12 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and that's that first repeat done. Okay, so you can see what the cocoons look like. Opened ones, so there's the butterflies have escaped. So these are the cocoons. I think it's an exciting round. A lot of things happening with the pattern. Okay, so let's do this repeat one more time, and I think after that you're good to go. So let's start off with double crochet, 2 trebles. It's awfully quiet in my house right now, even though it's only Jolene who's in school, but we've had the washing machine on, we've had the tumble dryer on, and our new best friend, which is our robot vacuum cleaner. It is the best thing. It's made my life easier. I'm not going to say that I actually did a lot of vacuuming or hoovering before either. My husband usually did it, but still, it's just really nice. And it's really sweet, and the kids feed him and talk to him, and he's got a name. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All of the chains are chain 12s. So again, let's start this now. 1 single crochet on top of your cocoon in that chain 1 space. After that, 7 single crochets in the back loop. Let's start that. No, so it's actually quite quiet because Vamlan, which is his name, he's gone for rest now because he's been all around the house. I think Manu's playing with some Lego, And my husband seems awfully quiet as well. I don't know if he's still working on that table. People seeing this and hearing the last one, they think, oh, that's taken ages. But actually, I finished part 2 yesterday, didn't I? So it's not that he's been doing it for that long. That should be 6. Let's see. And that should be 7. Let's just double check it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7. Now we're starting our little climb. And again, I'm getting very kicked from the inside. It's always like that, isn't it, babies? When you're being still, they kick a lot more. So, and I'm squishing my belly together when I'm sitting here, leaning a bit forward as well. Let's see where we're at. We're doing 4 double crochets in that left one, and then 4 in that. So let's just start off doing that. If I can get in there. There we go. So yes, it's nice and quiet today. Jinxing it probably, because I'm guessing that in a minute it's not going to be the same. And then in the next cluster, doing 4 more. Okay. So that's 4 stitches in all of in those 2 clusters, 8 in total, and then we're doing 2 double crochets in this chain space from round 19, and that's that side down. I'm saying it down all the time. What's wrong with me today? I actually got a good night's sleep. What's going on? Anyways, that's that round on that side, going down the left side. Now again, we're climbing up. Okay, so turning my work a little bit more to be able to go up like that. Okay, locate that first of those 2 double crochets that are in that chain space, and do a single crochet. Do another single crochet, the next space, and then we're doing that 5 repeats. So the picot 2B is what starts the repeat, and you finish it with 2 single crochets. Okay, second repeat. It's one of those you can actually start going and then you just go back and count. Oh, how many picots have I done? Oh, I've done 4. Let's do another one. You guys are more than welcome to leave comments and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well, so you make sure that you don't miss anything that's going on, especially with the cow. And obviously, if there's something you want me to improve, you know, just have some cheering words to say that you're doing a good job. It would be nice to hear. Whilst I'm recording this, maybe it's just full of comments like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we've done that 5 repeats, and then we're doing another picot 2B through those 2 legs at the front, remember, and then single crochet in the last stitch. And now again we're going on top and doing a single crochet in that, and then a front post single crochet around the same stitch to pull it up like that. Okay, how many chains do you remember? Not 8, come on, I've been telling you it's 12. Read the pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10, 11, and 12. But again, don't do them too tightly because it's gonna sort itself out. But still, okay. So single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. That's it. And then another 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12. There we go. And let's do the last cocoon. and then I'm leaving you until round 26. And we'll come back to each other again. Single crochet in that chain space on the top, okay? And now we're going down the other side, and we're doing a repeat of 3. So 2 single crochets, 1, 2, and then a picot 2B. Okay. Whoopsie, drops it, cord it. There we go. Second repeat. 2 more singles, 1, 2, and then chook, chook, chook. Another picot. I think they look very pretty here, the little picots. 1 and 2. It's a nice detail. Like that. And then single crochet in the last one. You've done 3 picots. Okay? After that, we're climbing down, so turning your work. I think it's easy to turn your work anyways. And you remember, all of these things are just tips most of the times. You can always do things just the way you want them. We're doing, again, the climb going down the left side. So we're starting off with a double crochet, doing a picot 2A on top of that. Like that. Then we're doing 2 more double crochets. 1, 2, another picot 2A. And that's same spot still, and then a last double crochet in there, jumping down to the next cluster and ruining that cluster by going into it. And then there we're doing a double crochet, doing a picot 2B, and then 3 double crochets in that same spot. So 1, 2 and 3, like that. So there should be 4 in there. And then down in this chain space, 3 half double crochets. Okay. 1, 2 and 3. Okay, and now we're doing the climb back up again. The last little bit of climbing I'm going to be doing. Okay, so let's move this over again. So we're going up again, locate that first double crochet of those 2 and do a single crochet in there, like that. Okay, after you've done 1 of them, you're doing 5 more. So in total 6 single crochets, and I really didn't count. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I said a total of 6, right? And just to double check, I can see that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there's 7 left. And then we're doing single crochets in the back loop as well. If you can catch that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now again, what we're doing to straighten that chain up a little bit, to actually find that single crochet that you started this whole little cocoon business with. But you go in, catch it, do that, and then do a front post single crochet around that, which will pull you up. Chain 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And just in time for that to be finished, I can hear that my eldest daughter is now trying to get herself into my room, which means I'll soon hear a key in the door. I've locked it from the inside, I can tell you that. But I will hear her really soon trying to get in, and she's actually managed to knock my key out and come in, so I wouldn't be surprised if she manages again. Okay, so that is like round 25 done. Look at that. There we are. Our cocoons are done. I wish I could show you more of the whole piece, but hopefully Tess will have managed to do all of the pictures for every round, so you can see that in the pattern as well. In any case, I will see you back here for round 26. See you soon. Hey, welcome back. We're about to do round 26. This is a pretty quick round, so we'll get started straight away. We're actually using the same color, which is color G, because we're just reinforcing these chain spaces and building a little bit on this. And when I did this, it was like I was making branches, like the cocoons are hanging from branches. So it's simple enough, basically just a lot of single crochets, fitting them into that chain space and things. So let's just get started. Again, we're back to starting in a corner, any corner, chain 3 space. We're doing 2 singles, 1 half double, 1 double, chain 2, double, half double, and then 2 singles again. I do standing stitches. I've already done 2 sides, so I'm just going to keep on going. Pause me so you can get your yarn ready. Okay, let's start. So we're doing 2 single crochets, half double crochet. These are simple enough. 1 double crochet, and I think that you'll be quite familiar with this by now. It's probably not your first time crocheting. I don't think this is that kind of project that you do when you've never crocheted. Although you could, because we're trying to help everyone. Going back again, so doing a double crochet, half double, and then a single. Okay, and now it's just going to be a load of singles. We're doing 1 single crochet in each of these 3 stitches here, so don't miss your hidden stitch. You might have to pull a little bit on the work you've just done, stitches, so you can go into that first corner stitch. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and now in this I have to get loads of yarn here. I was just sitting, actually because of my back, I was sitting in my couch doing the first 2 parts. Usually I've been sitting in here on this chair that I'm on now, but I've actually changed that now. I'm going to sit on the sofa, which is a bit better. It's easy to crochet then as well, actually. But we're doing 16 single crochets in this chain. We're actually doing 16 in all of these. So just like with the last round when it was 12, 12, 12, 12, it's now 16, 16, 16, 16. So let's get started. So this is just all about counting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. I'll double check it anyways, because I'm one of those people, I think at the same time as I'm doing something and talking, which means sometimes I mess it up. So we have those 3, so we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, so that's 16 done. Okay, and now we're doing a front post single crochet around the front post single crochet from last round. So we're not going in that stitch, we're actually going around it. Again, this kind of just enforces that a little bit, so it's like it's really hanging down, see? And again, we're doing 16 single crochets. So 1, I think that's 16, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, perfect. Now when we've got to this middle bit, we have that two single crochets with those 2 chains in between. We're skipping the single crochets and just going to work in the chain, and we're doing 3 double crochets in that chain space. 1, 2, and 3. After that, we're just chaining 1, and then same chain space, we're doing another 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3, like that. Okay. And then let's see. And then actually we're just doing the same thing back. So it's 16 single crochets, a front post single around that cocoon, front post single, 16 single crochets again, 1 single crochet in each of these stitches, and then one in the corner. So it is a simple, straightforward round, this one. So 1, 2, completely lost count. I think I did 10. I have to move it, so because of that. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See, I've done 11. And this one I have to move it for some reason. 11. 12, 13, 14, 15. And 16. I'm still going to double check it. It's one of these things that, because as I've said before, you don't have to worry if it's squished. It's going to sort itself out when the next rounds come into place. However, making sure you've got the stitch count makes it easier, because obviously then you can save things, but it's nice when it's correct. So I always like double checking and doing that straight away. I guess some people count it afterwards. Oh, that would do my head in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. So we're at that cocoon again. So let's just go around and do a front post, single crochet around that, and then another 16. And 16. Double check it. Sorry, I'm not speaking that much today because I feel like I'm getting a chest infection again. I'm trying to avoid that because I've loads of podcasts to record tomorrow, so my voice cannot sound like this forever. That's that first repeat done. So I'm going to go with you one more time. Even though I don't actually think you need it this time, I will still go around it. And then we're ready for round 27. So 2 single crochets in the corner. 1, 2, 1 half double, and 1 double. Okay. Chain 2, double, that, half double, and then 2 singles like that. Okay, and then 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, like that. Now we're doing again 16 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 16. Okay, I'm just going to count it. 16, then doing a front post around that. It's actually like doing almost like you're doing a single crochet around the chains because you fall up a bit, but it's a front post one. We're going from the back, so you're not. Okay, so 16 more stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. You get really good at counting, don't you? Or at least up to about 20. Okay, let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, and then we are at that middle bit already where we are skipping that single crochet, going straight into the chain space and doing 3 double crochets, chaining 1, and then doing 3 more double crochets in that same chain space. Whoopsie doopsie doo. Dropping my yarn again. And now we're doing again 16. Should I count? I'll count in Swedish. I'll teach you Swedish whilst I'm at it. Should have started doing that ages ago. But I'll count in Swedish so you can learn how to do it in Swedish. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 16. I'm going to count it again. See if you can follow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Perfect. Okay, and then front post, single crochet around that. Front post, single crochet. And then 16 more. I'm going to count it in Swedish as well. Swedish 101. Learn how to count to 16 so you can crochet the butterfly effect. Wet. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So let's count it again. Ska vi räkna igen? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, and then we're left doing 3 single crochets in those last 3 stitches there. So 1, getting in that one, 2, and 3, and that's that round done. So it wasn't that bad, was it? It's pretty straightforward. Thank God it's straightforward. You complicate things, woman. Yes, I know I do. Ask my husband. Anyways, so let's use one that's not fastened because of that. So as you can see, this is what's happened. We've just, reinforced it, made it a bit stronger, and I'll meet you back with color F, which is my eucalyptus. Color F for round 27 in a little bit. Okay, bye. Okay, welcome back. We're here for round 27. We are now back to using color F, which in my case is eucalyptus. And basically what we're doing in this round And in the next, because I don't think we're changing colors, we are creating these leaf parts. For instance, in the corners, they start off looking like this. They're going to grow a little bit more as well with the next round. And this is where the counting comes in, that it's been very important that you've got your stitch count correct, because we're obviously needing to be very careful where we put our stitches. Obviously everything can be fixable, but I'm leaving that up to you and your conscience. In any case, let's get started. Now for this corner, it's going to be looking a little bit, hang on, I'm noticing that I don't have all of my lights on. There we go, some more lights. Basically, the corner is going to be a little bit different. We're doing some clusters, but we're shaping this corner differently than we have before. So this is the first time we're doing a 2 treble cluster. So it's just exactly the same as when you do a double crochet cluster. However, we're just yarning over twice instead of once. So let's start off with that. So don't finish that treble, make another one that you don't finish, and then pull through all 3 loops on your hook, and that's your first cluster. Nothing more difficult than that. We're chaining 1, and after that we're actually doing again a cluster, but a double crochet one, so a 2 double crochet cluster. So in that same space like we have before, don't finish your double crochet, finish them off like that. Another chain 1, and then another 2 treble cluster. Okay, so like that, yarning over and twice. Almost forgot that there. Thank God you were there to remind me. Like that. Okay, so the corner actually almost squares off, like it gets a bit flat. Can you see? Because it's going down rather than growing. Okay, so when we've done that, in the next stitch, which will be your hidden stitch, you will be doing 2 treble crochets. Okay, yarn over twice, find that hidden stitch and go in, do 1 and then another one in the same stitch. Okay, after that we're doing 2 double crochets in the next stitch. Like that. Okay, 2 double crochets in the next stitch, and then in the next stitch coming up we only do 1 single crochet, then we have 1 double crochet. Just have to make sure that you are following with your eyes and doing it correctly, so I promise I'm going to do my best. So we've done a single, a double, and in the next stitch we're doing 3 double crochets in the same stitch. So 1, same stitch, 2, and then 3. Okay, so when we've done those 3, we're doing a front post double crochet around the middle treble stitch in the corner below from round 25. Okay, so these were all parts of your corner in round 25. Obviously you did your single crochets in them. So locate the middle one, not that difficult, and you're just doing a front post double crochet around that. Okay, now after that it says that you are not skipping the stitch behind. Sometimes you will skip. Okay, so we've done that, we've done a front post and you'll skip that. However, you're not doing that in this case. So in that stitch behind your front post now, you're going to be doing 3 double crochets. Okay, so that's half double. 1, 2, and 3. I need to grab myself some more yarn. And all of this, when you're adding loads of stitches in one place and stuff, it's making a bit more. I'm making leaves now, right? I don't want loads of flat leaves, because I like it when they cut up and you know, create this movement within the pattern. So that's what we're doing here. So after that front post, we've done 3 double crochets, and in the next stitch we do a double crochet, and in the next stitch we do a half double. Okay, like that. Okay, so that half double should land just with your first single crochet in that chain. Okay, after that we're doing 10 single crochets in the next stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. Again, never a bad idea to double check. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now after this, in one and the same stitch, we're first doing a slip stitch. Okay, after that slip stitch we're chaining 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then we're doing a 2 treble cluster also in that same place. Okay, so in that same stitch, making this cluster. Okay, like that. So that will look something like this. Okay, you might think, what's she doing? It will all be revealed in due time. Okay, and in now we've got a tiny little repeat, and you can see that before this front post we have 4 stitches left before we get to that front post, so you should have 4 stitches, and we are doing treble 2 together twice, and that is basically just like doing a cluster, however you're doing it over 2 stitches. Okay, so yarn over twice, don't finish that treble, leave 1 loop on your hook, go into the next stitch, don't finish that treble, you've got 3 loops on your hook, and then go through them. Do that 1 more time, don't complete that treble, another one in the next stitch that you don't complete, 3 loops, go through all of them, and that's what you have there. Okay, so first off you've got that cluster and then these 2 togethers. All right, after that we're doing a front post treble around the front post single from previous round, and it says in brackets around, not in. Okay, so we're not going in the stitch, going around this whole thing again. So we're going around that stitch. Okay, like that. And now when we've done this front post, we are skipping the stitch behind, so we're skipping that front post single crochet that we just crocheted around, so you'll be leaving this one empty. Okay, after that we're doing a double crochet, so make sure you do it in the right stitch. So you're, hang on, let's see, we are leaving that one there. Okay, it looks a bit different. You see, sometimes it's tricky, it's good to look on the back sometimes. We've been in that stitch, we're skipping that little one there, can you see? So skipping that one and in going in for a double crochet in the next stitch, like that. Okay, so it looks like this. So after that we're doing a double crochet 2 together. So we've just done the treble, so doubles are just the same, and we're just doing 1 of them, and after that we've got a half double crochet like that, and then single crochets in the next 7 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, we've done 7, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's good. correct. We're skipping the next stitch, okay? So we're skipping that one. And after that skip, we're doing 3 double crochets in the next one. So skip 1 stitch and then 3 double crochets in the same stitch. Like that. Okay? After that, also in the same stitch, we're doing 2 double crochets and then a half double. Okay? 2 double crochets, like that, and then a half double in the same stitch. So 3 stitches in both of them. Now we're skipping a stitch again, and the next one, you're doing a front post single crochet round. So that will be that stitch before your middle. So before those 3 double crochets that we're going to be working in as well. So front post single crochet. And after that, we're doing 3 back post double crochets. I did say that was a single, I hope. It is a single. You can follow the pattern as well. I'm just here to make sure that you put them in the right stitches. Like that, 1. And then 2. And then 3. Like that, and that's half of that repeat done. Okay, look at that. When we've done that, we're doing in the chain space that we've got here, we're doing a double crochet, single crochet, and another double. Okay, so we're not doing any chains or anything like that. Now, we're just doing basically exactly the same thing, but going backwards. So we're going to start off with 3 back post double crochets around those 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3, okay? After that, we're doing a front post single crochet around the next stitch, and let's see if I can get in there properly. That'll be good. That'll do. Okay, and now we're skipping a stitch. Okay, let me just find my place in I'm going to make a little note of where I should be looking. Back post, so after that, it's off to the middle. Good. We're doing front post single crochet. We've done that, skipping a stitch, and then doing, and this all I find this is like I've been saying before. I find this tricky because it looks like you've worked in that stitch there, but actually you haven't, because you've worked in this stitch, but you're around that post, so it looks a little bit like it. So don't get tricked by the fact. Did I do it around? See, I did it around the wrong post. See, it's a good thing I'm doing things wrong now, because then you can see. See, this is what I mean with being tricky. So take note. Look, I made it around that stitch somehow, which was the same I've just been in. It's the next stitch that we're doing this front post. Front post single crochet right there. There we go. Thank you for making sure that I didn't completely screw that one up. Okay, now you're skipping the stitch after that. Still, it looks a bit like you've been in that, but you haven't. After that, we'll start going into the next stitch with a half double crochet, and then with a double crochet. I guess making no errors makes you superhuman, and I can tell you I'm not superhuman. After that, in the next stitch, we're doing 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3, like that. After that, we're skipping the next stitch, and in the next 7, we're doing single crochets. So skip a stitch, and then do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, double check it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so when we've done those 7 stitches, we're doing a half double crochet. In the next one, we're doing a 2 together double crochet. Okay, go through those 3 stitches, 3 loops on your hook, and after that it's a double crochet, and now you should be at the top of your cocoon again. And just like before, we're yarning over twice, doing a front post treble around this, like that, and skipping the stitch behind. Okay, so skipping that stitch you've got behind. Now, when we've skipped that stitch, we're back to doing these treble 2 togethers. So joining these 2 stitches by trebles. Okay, so let's do that. So it always gets a little bit messy, because this is what I mean. You just have to really keep your eye on it so that you don't do what I almost did here, which is put it in the wrong stitch, because then you just won't, the stitch count won't add up, and it's just so frustrating, isn't it? But now we're doing these treble 2 togethers, skipping that stitch, going into the next, and in the next stitch too, going through all 3 loops on your hook. We're doing this twice because it's a repeat. Like that. Okay, so we've done 2 of them, and after that, remember, we're doing loads of things in this one stitch. We're starting off with a 2 treble cluster, which is basically what we've just done, but in over 2 stitches, like that. We're chaining 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and slip stitching into that same little stitch. Okay, now after we've done that, simple enough, we're doing 10 single crochets after each other. So let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. So when you've done those 10, let's see how much we have left to do. We've not got, see, we're almost at our corner. After we've done that 10, and I should probably just double check it because that's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. When we've done 10, we're doing a half double crochet in the next stitch. In the stitch after that, it's a double. And then we're doing 3 double crochets in one stitch. 1, 2, and 3, like that. We are now yarning over twice to do, once to do a front post double crochet around the middle treble here from round 25. So let's go and do that. Not skipping the stitch behind, remember, not skipping that. And after that front post double crochet, we're doing 3 double crochets again. 1 in the same stitch, 2 and 3 in the same stitch, like that. Okay, almost at the end. So when we've done those 3, we're doing a double crochet in the next stitch, like that. We're doing a single crochet, and then we're doing 2 double crochets in the next stitch, and in the last and final one, we're doing 2 trebles. Like that. Perfect, you made it to the end. And we've done that whole round. Okay, well, that whole repeat. Round, repeat, this, that, you know. Keep on messing them up. But you know what I'm talking about, you know me by now. Okay, so you see what's happening here. We're going to be working with them, even more in the next round. So let's just do this repeat one more time. Obviously this type of repeat takes a lot longer than the last one. I think we're already 20 minutes in just doing one repeat, which is you know, well, first of all, what happens when the rounds get a bit longer and I'm drinking tea, but also when they're a little bit complicated, you really need to make sure you get it right. Okay, I think this corner looks wrong, but it's probably not. Okay, in any case, let me double check that. 1, 2, 3, that's 1, 2, 3. So no, that is completely correct. Sometimes you do that, don't you? You just go, hang on, that looks wrong. Didn't look wrong. Well, actually, it wasn't wrong. It looked wrong. We're doing starting again from our corner. So we're doing our treble cluster. Chaining 1, doing our double crochet cluster, and again chaining 1, and then finally our treble cluster, and that's that corner done, like that. In the next stitch we're doing 2 trebles, so it's your hidden stitch, so make sure you get in there and move your yarn if you need to. So 2 trebles, nothing together or clustery, just like that. In the next stitch we're doing 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, and then we're taking it all down a little bit by doing a single like that, and after that it's another double crochet, and in the next yarn you're doing next stitch. I'm so sorry. I guess Tess probably would have been a little more clearer. Sorry if I'm confusing you. We're doing 3 double crochets in the next stitch. And now we're already at that point where we're doing a front post double crochet around that middle treble. So get your yarn in there. So you pull that up. Don't skip a stitch, but make 3 more double crochets in it behind your front post, okay? Whoopsie. Don't drop your yarn too much. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so when we've done that, we're doing another double crochet and then a half double crochet, like that. And now 10 single crochets. And that half double should land in that first single of that chain. So let's do 2 single, no 2, let's do 10. We can do 2, but let's make more of them. Let's do 10, because that's what the pattern says. 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8. And I was just thinking about saying, oh, baby's very still today when I'm sitting doing this. Usually kicks loads out of me, and then he just started kicking. It's like, read my mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It'll be fun to be able to look back at this, because obviously being pregnant is just for such a short time, and then that's over. I'm one of those people who love being pregnant, so I think this is amazing, but I don't have that many days left, and at least I'll be able to look back and remember when the baby was kicking me and I was crocheting at the same time. I've done 10 single crochets, and then we're in that stitch where we're doing this first a slip stitch and chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't have to worry about like the size of this chain or anything. Just chain it. Don't do it too loosely, because that's just not going to help. In the same spot, in the same stitch, you're doing a 2 treble cluster, okay? That's what we're doing in there. After that, we've got these treble 2 together twice because of the repeat, so going over 2 stitches like that, and then joining them, doing that one more time. and you should now be at your cocoon. So when you've finished that, we are going to be doing a front post treble around this whole front post single thing here that we've created, like that. And this time we are skipping the stitch, okay? So we're skipping that stitch that's behind there. And then we're doing a, let's see, make sure we don't use that stitch. And then we're doing a double crochet in the next stitch, like that. And we skipped that stitch. We're doing we're doing a double crochet 2 together, like that. Okay. After we've done that, we're doing a half double crochet, and then 7 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. Okay. When we've done those 7, we're skipping the next stitch, skipping that, and doing 3 double crochets in the next stitch. 1, 2, and 3. When we've done those 3 in the next stitch, we're doing 2 double crochets and then a half double. Okay, 2 and then that half double. Again, we're skipping a stitch and doing a front post, skipping that stitch, going there, and in the next stitch we're doing a front post single crochet, like that. After that, we're doing back post double crochets in the 3 final stitches before the middle chain. So like that. After I'm done with this, I'm going to get the kids and hoping to finish the last round today and get started with part 4. I'm trying to do this quickly. I think the longer and longer the rounds go, we'll see how quick I am. So in this middle bit, if you remember, we're doing a double crochet, single crochet, double crochet, so no chains or anything, just a double, and then same spot, single, and then a double. And then we're going back. So 3 back post double crochets in the next 3 stitches. 1 and 2 and 3. And this is where I almost messed everything up last time. Remember, I almost went into the wrong stitch, but I'm doing a front post single crochet, so let's get it right this time. So not that one, but actually the next stitch. A bit hard to see it actually. Going around that, there we go. See, some of them are tricky. You just have to make sure that you're really paying attention where you're putting your stitches. So when I've done that, we're skipping a stitch and then we're doing a half double. So let's see, we've done that one, we're skipping that one. So in the next one, first we're starting off with a half double crochet, and then in the same stitch doing 2 more double crochets. In the next stitch we're doing 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Like that. Okay, so we're getting there, but this is, it's one of those things you just have to really pay attention to what you're doing, and that really includes me as well. After you've done those 3 double crochets, you're skipping a stitch, and then we're doing 7 single crochets. I like when you get to that part, isn't it? Oh, you can finally breathe and go, okay, now I know what I'm doing. Just keep on going. 5, 6 probably, and I think so 7. We can check that. I think there should be 4 left, and there's 4 left, so we did that correctly. Then after that, we're doing a half double crochet. We're doing a double crochet 2 together, so So connecting those 2 stitches with the double crochets, and after that we're doing a double crochet in the final stitch before this cocoon bit where we're doing a front post treble. So yarn over twice, go round that like so, and then we're skipping that stitch behind there and going in to the next one. Okay, so when we've skipped that, we're doing the treble 2 together. So we skip that, and that's a repeat, so we're doing it twice. So again, connecting 2 stitches with the 1 stitch, do it again. So not in that one. Like that, okay? And now we're back to doing that funny thing where we're doing that cluster first of all, doing loads of stuff in that stitch. I think it's fun because I guess you're wondering what's going to happen with it, and I think that's what's fun with it. Might not be the most exciting thing you've crocheted in your whole life. I'm not saying that. Okay, so you chain 6 after you've done that cluster in that stitch, and then go into the same stitch and do slip stitch. Like that, okay? And when you've done that, we've got single crochets in the next 10 stitches. We're almost at the end of this now. So 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. I know you're already counting it all in Swedish because I taught you that the last round, didn't I? Anyways, after 10 you're doing a half double crochet and then a double crochet like that. Okay, yeah, and when you've done that half double crochet, you're doing 3 double crochets in the next stitch. 1, 2 and 3. After you've done that, you're doing a front post double crochet around the middle stitch, the middle treble down from round 25, and then you're doing another 3 double crochets in the next stitch because you're not skipping anything. You're going straight to the next stitch, creating this, you know, messy spot of leaves which we want. Okay, when you've done that, you're doing a double crochet, you're doing a single crochet, then you're doing 2 doubles in the same stitch, so 1 and then another 1, and finally to finish this repeat off, you're doing 2 trebles in the same spot like that. Okay, so I'm going to cut my yarn so we can actually have a look at this properly. What's going on? So we've created this leaf corner here that we're going to keep on working on when we go into the next corner or next round. And this is where you've got this chain, so something's obviously going to be happening here. And again, creating this leafy little part here. When you do that, you put little front posts and you squish them together. They get a bit, you know, I like that. I really like how it turned out here, for instance. So in any case, fasten your yarn, and I'll see you back here for round 28, which is also the final round of this part. Welcome back. We're doing round 28, the last round of this part, part 3. We're going to keep on going with our colour F. I did cut my yarn, fasten it and start over. I've said this before, I prefer to do that just simply because I don't like slip stitching and then chaining, so that's why I do that. In any case, we're going to be doing this. We're going to keep on working on these leaves and stuff, if that's what they're going to be called. I think so. We're gonna make this. So let's just get started. I think you are eager to start working on it, and I am not going to be stopping you. Okay, so what we're going to do first off is a front post double crochet around. We've got 3 clusters in the corner around that first treble cluster. Okay, so front post double crochet around the cluster. Okay, and after that we're doing 2 double crochets in the chain. Sorry if I sound stuffy, but this is just not going away. Then we're doing a front post single crochet around the next cluster, which is the DC cluster. Again, we're doing 2 double crochets in the chain, like that. Perfect. And then another front post double crochet around the last cluster of that corner, and then that's the corner done. Okay, so it looks like that. So we've just been building on top of what we did in the last round. Okay, so after this we're doing a back post double crochet in the next stitch, or around the next stitch. After that we're doing 2 back post half doubles. Whoops. So 1 and 2, and after that we're doing another back post double crochet, so back to that. Let's see, and that one, double, and now in this single crochet that we've got here, we're doing a front post single crochet. So front post single crochet around that. Okay, so you can see here I've been pulling on these clusters and going front there. Okay, so when we've done that, we're doing back post double crochets in the next 4 stitches. Okay, so squish everything around. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and this should take you to that front post double crochet that we did around that treble. Okay, so that should be your next stitch, and you're doing a front post single crochet around that front post double crochet. Okay, so we've used that stitch. All right, after that we're doing again back post double crochets in the next 5 stitches. Okay, so locate the next stitch and do 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, and after that this should take you here to all these we did singles. Remember, I think there's 10 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So we've got these 10 single crochets that we're at now. Okay, and when you've done those 5 back post double crochets, you're going to skip 2 stitches and then back post single crochet in the next 6. So skip and skip, and then back post single crochets in the next 6 stitches. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then finally 6. Now we are skipping 3 stitches, including the slip stitch. So skipping the next 2 stitches there, and then skipping this this slip stitch that we did here to fasten that chain. And what we're actually doing is we're doing 2 double crochets in between the chain and this cluster. So in between, in the same stitch as that cluster and that slip stitch. So we're gonna have to move that chain a little bit, like that. And then when we've pushed that to the side, we put 2, can you see, 2 double crochets in the same stitch, okay? So as you can see, actually in the same stitch, okay? After that, we're going to be going up here and working in this row again. We're skipping that whole chain 6, okay? So skipping 3 stitches, including slip stitch and also the chain 6. After this, we're doing in brackets, okay, 3 double crochets, a picot 2B, and then half double crochet in the first cluster, okay? So up in that cluster, 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, slip stitch through those 2 little legs, and then a half double crochet, okay? Like that, okay? So that's what you should have done there. Still got that chain 6 on the back, okay? When you've done that, in the next cluster, we're again doing quite a few stitches. So in the next cluster, you're doing a single crochet, starting off with that, and then a half double crochet, and then 2 double crochets, okay? 2 double. Then we're doing 3 double crochets in the next stitch, also a cluster stitch, 1, 2, and 3. Now we should be at this front post treble, okay? And we're doing a single crochet around the front post treble, so like that. So what you've done here is almost like a little butterfly wing, kind of, yeah? So when that is done, we're doing 2 double crochets in the next 2 stitches. So locate the next stitch and do 2 doubles, like that, and then in the next you do the same, 2 doubles, like that, okay? So when we've done that, we're doing a single crochet. After that, we're chaining 3, 1, 2, 3, and now we're skipping 7 stitches, okay? That will be the rest of these single crochets. Well, not the rest, actually, it is those 7 that we did before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So the next that you should be starting in over here is, I think that's a double crochet. We did 3, I think, if I remember it correctly. Could look quickly actually in my other pattern, and yes, that's it. So it's 3 double crochets. So you start in that first double crochet, all right? And what we're doing there is we're doing back post single crochets in the next 6 stitches after skipping. So locate that first double crochet after all of those single crochets. Do 1 back post single crochets, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so we've done 6. After that, we're doing a front post single crochet around that one there, and back post double crochets around the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so we've done 3, and after that I'm gonna have to turn my page in the front post a double crochet. sorry for the noise. We're doing a front post double crochet around that double crochet that we had up in that middle bit. That's a front post, and in the next stitch, which is that single crochet, we're doing 2 double crochets. So 1, 2, and then we are chaining 1 and doing 2 more. Okay, like that. And then around that last double crochet of that middle bit, we're doing a front post double crochet. All right, so this is what we should have done now. This is what it should look like, okay? So you've got that chain space here, you've got that chain 6 on the back, using it later, and that's what it looks like. So let's do the reverse of all of this, and then let me do a second repeat with you. And that's my youngest. Mommy, mommy, mommy. And Jolene, I cannot come at the moment. We do back post double crochet. But Daddy's gonna come and get her, and she's not happy then. He wants to be with mommy. She's been in school all day, and I've been doing podcasts with Tess all day, sounding like this. Terrible, isn't it? In any case, after those 3 back post double crochets, we're doing a front post single crochet. All right, like that. We're doing back post single crochets in the next 6 stitches. So in this little arch here, or what you want to call it. So back post singles. 1. And actually today, it's all of a sudden it started snowing today, like absolutely crazy. Me and Tess haven't seen each other for such a long time, and it just started snowing like crazy. I hope she's getting home safely, because it was just a nightmare getting home, that little short way that we had to go home from the studio. Oh, in any case, so we're doing chain 3 after those back post single crochets. We're skipping all of those single crochets, right? But let's count them anyways, so that we don't miss them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So your next stitch here will be that half double crochet. All right. And in that stitch, we're going to start off by doing a single crochet. All right. So let's get in there and do that. A single crochet, and then in the next 2 stitches, we're doing double crochets, 2 of them. So 1, 2, and then in the next stitch we're doing the same. 1 and 2. After that, we're doing a front post single crochet around that front post treble. That's where you should be now. This is where, again, I've mentioned this before, but the stitch count, it becomes like important, because it's this is where it really counts, isn't it? That you've done enough, and all of them. After that, in the next, we've got these 3, these 2 together stitches, and then this cluster stitch. So we're working in those 3. So we've got 3 stitches there. We're working in 3 of them, and we're starting off by doing 3 double crochets in the first one. So 1, 2, and 3. And in the next stitch, we're doing 2 double crochets, a half double, and then a single. So 2 double crochets, half double, and then a single, half double, and then a single. Okay. And in the last stitch here, before the chain and everything, we're doing first starting off with a half double crochet. We're doing a double crochet, and then we've got a picot 2B coming up, and finishing off that stitch with 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. Again, we're skipping this chain 6 and going down right there, placing it in that stitch where you have that cluster and that slip stitch, and we're doing 2 double crochets in that stitch. Okay, so move the chain to the back. It should not be that hard to locate. All right, after that we're skipping 3 stitches, including this slip stitch. So we're doing that and skipping 2 stitches, and then we're doing back post singles in 6 stitches. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Well done, we've done 6 of them. Then we're skipping 2 stitches, choop choop, and back post double crochets in the next 5. And to double check this, you can always have a look, because when you skip 2 you should have 5 more stitches before this front post double crochet. All right, and I do, so I'm going to do my 5 back post double crochets. Skip, skip, and jump back in. So 1, sorry, I went way too loose for my liking. No wonder I crochet tightly. Skip, skip. But in any case, 1. There's a lot of any case today, I'm noticing. Sorry if I'm repeating my little things I'm saying. Okay, and then that's 4, 5. When we've done 5, we drop our yarn like so many times before, and then we do a front post single crochet. Yes, exactly, around that daisy. Sorry, my eyes just fell on the wrong line there, and I thought I'd written it wrong, but that is actually correct. Around the front post double crochet around the previous round. We're doing 4 more back post double crochets. So 1 and 2, 3 and 4. That, and then after that we've only got a few stitches left, so we're going to do a front post single crochet around the single crochet like so. Oh gosh, that did not want to work. Let's do it again. So front post single. And now we should have 4 stitches left. Let's have a look. Yes, 1 back post double crochet, 2 back post half doubles, and then another back post double. And see, the stitch count was on. That made me really happy. It's like playing, it was a double. It's like playing Russian roulette, isn't it? Just hoping you've done it correctly. I think I've checked it and rechecked it, but you never know. Never know. All right, see, we've done that first repeat. Well done. Okay, we've done that first repeat. You see what's going on? Fun things happening here. And then let's just do this second repeat. You know, let's see if we can speed it up a bit for you. Get loads of yarn. See if you can breathe. I can't. Excuse me. Rude of me. Maybe scissors here so I don't. Oh, I have to flip my page back. You probably do too, if you've put them together. All right, so let's do this again. We're doing a front post double crochet around the cluster, and after that 2 double crochets in the chain. 1 and 2. Then we're doing a front post single crochet around the next cluster, another 2 double crochets around the next chain. Okay, and then a front post double crochet around the final cluster. Well done. Let's see. And now you just have to keep your eye on the ball. We're doing just like we just did, 1 back post double crochet, and then 2 back post half double crochets, 1 and 2, and then like that. Okay, and when we've done that, we're doing a front post single crochet around this single crochet here. It's kind of like, because what happens is you kind of frame it a little bit. You frame it with these 2 here. I really like that. And when we've done that front post, we're doing back post double crochets in the next 4 stitches. So make sure you get in there. It can be hard sometimes. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we should be at this front post double crochet, and around that we're doing a front post single crochet. Again, just trying framing it a bit. It just looks really nice. Now we're doing a few more back post double crochet, total of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We should now be at that line of 10 single crochets. And when we've done that, we're skipping 2, 1, 2, and then we're doing back post single crochets in the next 6 stitches. Okay, so when you've made sure you're skipping the right 2, you get in there and do your 6 single crochets. So 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now we're skipping 3 stitches, and that's including this the slip stitch. We're doing 2 double crochets in the stitch that we did the slip stitch and the treble cluster. Okay, so skip and yarn over and do 2 double crochets in that space. Whoops, like so. Okay, now we're jumping up to work in these 3 stitches here before that front post. And the first 2 are in brackets, I think. So let's find the brackets and let's do that. So 3 double crochets. So a bit hard to locate that on top one a bit. But 3 double crochets, start off with that. 1, 2, and 3. And when after that we're doing a picot 2B. And finishing off with a half double crochet, right? Gotten stuck in some yarn here. It looks a little bit messy actually. Half double, didn't I say that? Yeah. Then after that we're doing a single in the next stitch. Let's see, we're doing a single crochet, doing a half double crochet, like so, and then 2 doubles in that same stitch. And in the next one we're doing 3 double crochets. Nothing strange about that. And then we're doing a front post single crochet around that treble front post stitch. We're doing 2 double crochets in the next 2 stitches. So a total of 4. See, 2 plus 2 is 4, I'm good at counting. After that we are doing 1 single crochet and chaining 3. 1, 2, and 3. We're skipping all of the single crochets, which 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Starting off in this excuse me, starting off doing back post single crochets around these 6 stitches here, which are all double crochets. So we've done our little chain 3, and now we're doing a back post single crochet, a total of 6 times. Like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And everyone's counting in Swedish, I hope, because I taught you that like a zillion rounds ago. It probably wasn't that long ago. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. After that, we're doing a front post single crochet, and again we're doing back post, and we've got 3, and we're doing back post double crochets in those 3, and then you should be in your middle again, just like that. Okay, did I do a half double for the first one, or did I do a double? I'm going to redo them because I'm not sure. And I'm also drinking some water because my throat's not happy. If you're not sure, you can always just redo things, can't you? So 1, 2, and 3. So after that, hang on for a minute. Ja? Vem är det som knackar? Okay, we're gonna have to cut that out at 27. Okay, so after that, when we've done oh, sorry, making loads of noise. I got really put off there when someone knocked on my door. Like that. We're doing a front post double crochet around the double crochet. Okay, in the next stitch we're doing 2 double crochets and then chaining 1, like that, and then we're doing another front post around the next double crochet. So we're back at the home stretch now. I'm going to do it quickly. I think it's because they have to go to gymnastics. So we are doing back post double crochets in the next 3 stitches, like that. 1, 2, and 3. We're doing a front post single crochet right there, and then 6 back post single crochets. 2, 3. Who's knocking on my door? What time is it? Okay. I'm gonna have to pause that and come back to you. Okay, I'm back. I'm really sorry about that. They had to go to gymnastics, and that's just, you know, me and Tess are mothers. We have kids and they have things they have to do, and you know, you have to just play it by ear. Okay, so we had just done these back post single crochets in those 6 stitches. We are then chaining 3. I'm getting right back into it, and we're skipping 7 stitches. You remember? That's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we're starting in that first in that half double crochet over there. Yeah. In that half double crochet we're doing a single stitch, and then we're doing 2 double crochets in the next 2 stitches. So let's start off by doing a single crochet like that, and then 2 double crochets in the next 2 stitches. So like that, we had a podcast where we were talking about mother stuff today. That's fun. Well, actually it was more pregnancy stuff, but that was still fun. Like that. Okay, when we've done that, we're doing a front post single crochet around that front post treble. Now we're almost done. When we've done that, we've got these 3 stitches here before that chain 6, and before that chain 6 we're starting off doing 3 double crochets in the first one, because we're going doing it reverse now, aren't we? So we're going back 1, 2 and 3, like that. And after that we're doing 2 double crochets, 1 half double, and then a single in the next stitch. So 2 doubles, that, then a half, and then a single. And in the final stitch there, we're then doing a half double crochet, double crochet, and a picot 2B. So between, you can go in those, in front of those 2 front legs, and then 2 double crochets in the same stitch. After that, remember we're skipping that chain 6, and we're going down and doing two double crochets there in between the cluster and the slip stitch. So let's get in there and do 2 double crochets. It's like that. Sometimes you just have to play it by ear and just do what, you know, we're getting to the end and we've already done it once. And I was back very quick, you must say, you know, and I've actually had dinner and made sure both of my kids have taken baths and stuff, and you know, I was only gone for a second. That's a good thing. So skipping that chain 6 with 2 double crochets in that same stitch, and then we're skipping 3 stitches, including that slip stitch, okay? And then we're doing back post single crochets in the next 6 stitches. So skip that slip stitch and 2 stitches and go into that 3rd stitch and do back post single crochets. 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right. So we've done 6 of that. Okay. After then, we're skipping 2 more stitches and doing back post double crochet in the next stitch. And in the next, actually doing 5 doubles. So 2, 3, 4. I've dropped it. And then 5. And now you should be at that front post double crochet that you did last round. After that, you're doing you're doing a front post single crochet like that. So close to the end, aren't we, of this part? It's ridiculous. It's going so quick. And then after we've done that front post, we're doing a back post double crochet. In the next 4 stitches. I was looking for what number. In the next 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And after that, we're doing a front post single crochet around that single crochet that we've got there. And then for the final 4 stitches, we're doing back post double, 2 back post half doubles, and then a back post double, and you should be at the end, or at least at your second repeat, and you can do it again. So doing 2, but you might want me to tag along for 4, so maybe you're skipping and going back to make me follow along for the second 2 parts. I don't know. In any case, look at that. Cutting the yarn. Ow. Pulling it out. God, I keep on falling over today. And hurting myself. And that, see, now it's even, I can't show you the whole thing. Very frustrating. Okay, so we've done this whole part now. The cocoons are done, and these little tree and leaves. So, well done. We've finished part 3. I'll see you next week for part 4. Yes.